Hello Awesomeness, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maria. Before I start talking about the tutorial, let me welcome new subscribers because I get so many lately. Welcome to the family and thank you so much for staying with me. So the tutorial today is of Mickey and Minnie because it's near Valentine, it's next month, and I think they are the perfect characters for love. I am using only one nail polish here. This is Oriflame Intense Pink. And I wear it over Barisai nail shield because I want to peel them off right after I take pictures and post them on my Instagram. And I use acrylic paints for all the details. Make sure to top coat your nails before you do all the paintings because the top coat makes it easier for you to erase if you make wrong lines or things like that. Also, I always clean up before I start everything so the lines on my nails are so crisp. Now that your nails are ready, let's prepare the paints. To make pink hearts, I mixed white and a little bit of red and then just mix them thoroughly, and then let's get started. I'm using a detail brush. Don't ask me the brand because this is so cheap. I got it for only 5,000 rupees. That's like, I don't know, around 40 cents I guess, in dollars. As I mentioned on the title that there are 3 books that changed me, well, not only these 3 books, but these are the ones that I remember the most that changed me as a person. The first one is The Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey. So before I read this book, I was a person who always spent all my salaries to buy things that I liked, like nail polish and makeup, and sometimes the things that I think was fancy. Like, I like stationery so much that I started, pile them up, and I basically don't use them. Before I finished this book, I started making my own budget, so I know where my money went, and I still do that every month until today. And I'm so proud of myself for doing that. So because I don't live in America, some of the things that Dave was talking in the book, I cannot really apply here in Indonesia. But the ones that I can do, I try to do. So good thing I don't have a loan, I don't have things like that, but sometimes when I have them, or I have to have them, or like some emergencies when I didn't have money. I had to finish it first. I mean, I know how to do it now. What I meant by that was that I struggled the first year, but the more I do it, the better I did. And now all I do is just saving every month. Now that I learned so many things from Dave, it got me to book number 2. Oh, and before I move on, I would like to give credit for the reason why I do this. I mean, sharing my personal life with you guys is because I have been watching Drawing with Cash or just Cash on YouTube, and he shares the books that he read and some tips on doing art and stuff like that on his channel. While his channel is actually all about art and painting, I mean drawing, and that's the reason why I love the channel so much. You can go subscribe to him if you haven't. Now that we have finished the hearts, you can top coat it, and let's move on to the next one. So what I did was just add a little bit of blue and mix it with the pink that I used for the hearts, and then add some water, and to make it darker I added more red in here. So I have 2 colors but of the same hue. Also, I added some white paint because I want it to be a little lighter than the first purple that I made. Roses or flowers, they're usually very easy to do because like here I just add some blobs of colors and then later on outline it with black, and there you have it, roses. For the leaves, I mixed yellow and green. And the brush that I'm using is just the same. I think it's a Chinese brand. I can't remember the name. let's talk about the second book that have changed me. The book is called 31 Days to a Minimalist Life. This is by Brian Knight. I first read this book in 2014 and I didn't really do it because although it's very easy to read and to do in real life because it gets you to every single day and the clutters in your home, but somehow it's just so hard for me because the feeling of attachment to stuff was still so strong in me. Minimalism is just not a word that exists, especially in my life in Indonesia. I don't think so many people are doing it. So it's a new concept, really. So if you search minimalism Indonesia, all you will find is only some concepts of housing stuff, properties, minimalism, things like that, but not really as a lifestyle. As you read the book, it gets you to day after day, so you can actually like plan your day and do exactly what Brian tells you in the book, which is good for a person who gets overwhelmed looking at all the stuffs that I keep in my place. I remember the first days that I tried this. I get rid most of the things that I have in my kitchen, and it got me to a trouble like when my friends are coming to visit us. I don't have any cups or glass to serve the drink. And it was so funny, so I got my husband to get out and get some drink for us, because the cups or the glasses that we had were kept in a place that it's hard for us to reach. It's like on a near the ceiling, and we have to like stand up on our chairs to get them down. So now I learned that I cannot just think of my husband and I because we both live alone and not so many friends are visiting us, but of course that can happen, so we need to have some that we probably need to serve our guests to be ready, so whenever we need it we can just reach them out. Today you and I are lucky because we can just YouTube minimalism and then they will tell us everything. But when I first read this book, I was so grateful because it's so thorough. Like it gets you to doing it slowly and being grateful, but then you feel better because when you don't have so many things around you, your mind is clear and it saves your time because you don't have to clean up so much, and all the stuff that you see actually really just tire you down. But this year, well, I plan to be more serious on doing minimalism. There was this one point in my life last year where I decided I don't need more stuff. I have enough, and the things that I have right now with me, they're sufficient. I live my life daily and I don't need anything more than that. So I started cleaning. I started getting rid of the things that I didn't need and gave it to a person who actually takes the trash every single evening. And I believe he needed some of my stuff because my things, they're still quite nice, like bags and clothings and some jewelries. They're not of gold or silver. So those are my collections, and when I gave them away, I felt better. I said that not because I want to brag, like saying, hey, I give to people. No, but the thing is, when I let go of the things that I don't really need, or the things that when I saw them, it didn't make me feel happy, it doesn't free me from the feeling of attachment, then I think it's better to just let go. And the reason why I held on so many things in my life before was because this is what I thought. If I have them, I thought I would be more. And right now I think it's just not true. Before I go to book number 3, let me share with you the link of how I made Mickey's face skin, because I do the same thing. So this is like the same formula or whatever you call it to create such color. This is the same like when I did skin, like facial skin of people. So I will put the link down in the description box. I hope it can help you. Or if you have your own formula and you want to share the way you create skin color using acrylic paint, you can comment down below and share with other people. I believe it will be useful for them. Thank you. Now if you see, I haven't got the eyes for Mickey, but I already top coated, and this was because I had to go to teach. I teach private lessons for little kids, and now that you see me adding the eyes, this is like at night where I actually started doing it again. So I continued the part that I didn't really do before. So my first book was The Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey, which had changed me from not saving my money at all and spend it every single month to saving it. The second book is 30 Days to a Minimalist Life by Brian Knight, which changed me from keeping all my stuff, and I didn't care whether I needed it or not, but I kept holding on them, to letting go. So what's the third book? Can you guess? Drum roll, please. No, but I will tell you how I got to this book. My favorite YouTubers are, well, these are just some of them. First, it's Lavender, and the next one is Kaylin Nicholson, who mentioned about the book, You're a Badass at Making Money. So I searched for the book, and boy oh boy, this is a really good book. This book is by Jen Sincero. I don't know if I pronounced it correctly. I'm sorry if I didn't. And the fact that she started a little late, I totally can relate. So in this book, I learned that you can start at any point in your life. There is never too late for anything if you really want it. So chapter by chapter, there are some questions where you need to think of an answer and you can write it down. So whatever is inside you, you can get it out. Because after all, it's the belief. What you believe you were, that's the reality. But you need to change the mindset that the universe is really abundant and you are the part of the universe. So just ask. Ask what you need, what you want, and believe that there's no limit. And they will come to you. Now or later, but they will. So those are the 3 books that have changed me, and I have changed a lot. And I would like to thank these writers for helping me to find me. I know it's not going to be easy, but just keep trying. Just do your best. Now let's get back to the nail art tutorial. So when I made wrong lines or lines that I didn't like or that's not right, I'll just use a toothpick and kind of scrape out the lines or the paint that is not needed or you want to go correct. And because you have top coated before, it will scrape easily. Anyway, from all the Disney characters, which ones are your favorite, or which one is your favorite? Mine is Donald Duck, by the way. Mickey is like number something, but Mickey and Minnie are kind of cute, don't you think? So, throughout the years, which books have changed changed you? My God. English is not my first language, so sorry for all the pronunciation. But what are the 3 books that have changed you? Comment down below. Just maybe I can also read them, or other people can read them, or you can high five with all the people that have read the same books as you. That'll be fun. and done. All you need to do is to top coat your work. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and share, and don't forget to subscribe, tell your friends, and I'll see you again in my next video. Thank you guys. Bye.